This is Eric Riker. I'm John Kilpatrick with Okolona Aikido, Louisville, Kentucky, USA. And we're still working on the same series of techniques where we're trying to do everything like Kokyudosa, and this happens to incorporate all the leading and stuff that it was O-sensei's signature, I think. I think this is fundamental to the art. So when he would, the kind of thing you would see him do a lot, just a whole lot, is say he would reach out his hand and do these kind of throws. And so he'd be doing a demonstration, and people would be lined up, and he'd put his hand, yeah, we won't do it now, put his hand out in front of them. And what he was doing is this Kokyudosa move. Now, I may be being a little bit more formal about it than he was, but I'm trying to get it clear in my head too. So this is coming up, and it's right in front of his face. This arm is vertical, and this is, I think, pretty important. We have a tendency to reach out like this. And if you reach out like this, it has a completely different effect. This becomes really important when somebody's striking at you. Because when somebody's striking at you, you want to hit back or something. But you want to bring this up, and this is very important. And so we're going to do this. We're going to do Ushiro Nage, what we call Ushiro Nage. I've forgotten what it's really supposed to be. Maybe that's it, I don't know. But, and this is going to start off like several of the other ones in what I call an arm down kind of technique. So he grabs, I come here, and this is the same thing we did before. See, my arm is vertical, my hand is right in front of his face, I've broken his structure. This hand comes up, it can strike if you want to, and then for Ushiro Nage, I just step around, and it's just the easiest thing you can imagine. Now, let me point out something I think is really important for practice. When I was in a little boy, a little Aikido sprout, and I'd come in here, when people would throw this, they'd grab your shoulders and yank back and drive you down with their arms. And it was so painful, even on really soft mats, to fall that way, that nobody would practice it. So the way we do this, we make a couple of changes. I come here, and now when you see this, my hand is in front of his face. I'm never going to move it. I'm going to leave it in front of his face, and I'm going to catch his head with this other hand. You don't have to do much because his structure's broken. It's easy for him to fall. Then you step back and squat. And don't do anything with your arms. Now, if you were doing this and you really wanted to hurt somebody, you'd squat and slam it down with your arms. But in practice, just be nice to your partner. Step back and squat and let them take a reasonable fall. And when I was taught this, they would do all kinds of things, but one of the things, you would typically grab the shoulders here, pull them back and down. It's much more effective when he catches here. My hands are, and I do this same, it's the same thing if he's not holding on. But your hand is right in front of his face. You circle around, your hand never moves. This control is far, far more effective than grabbing his shoulders or something. When you put your hand here, your hand controls his head. It's really amazing. And if you have somebody, maybe we do this better because we've done a lot of Aikido, and you know, maybe we're just trained to fall. But even if you get somebody that's new or somebody that doesn't plan to fall, when you come up with your hand in their face like that, it's easy to smash them. It's easy to do nasty things to their eyes and stuff. So it's still very martially effective, even if it's not as magical.